All right. So I am Christine Knutter. I'm a communication and career coach. I help people communicate clearly, confidently, and persuasively so they achieve their career goals and they reach their goals. So I work with people, especially getting ready for job interviews in all different sorts of industries and all different levels. And I specialize in working with non-native English speakers. So some housekeeping items, if you have some questions, if you could save them for the end, and then I will definitely check those out, or just send me a message on LinkedIn. But I am a one-woman show, so I'm unable to read comments and as the workshop is going on. All right, so our topic is how to prepare for an interview more effectively with AI. I am really excited about this new tool. It's helping all of my clients. It's helping me. I know it can help you as you prepare for job interviews, or even if you just want to improve your speaking skills for meetings and presentations and speeches. So when people think about interviewing, most people feel anxious. They feel nervous. They feel like I did leading up to this workshop, knowing the tech was going to be an issue. But preparing can help you with that. And people who prepare perform well in interviews. But it's not just preparing like, putting in your 10,000 hours type of thing. It really needs to be focused, and you need to be getting feedback and making these incremental improvements so that you perform better. And ideally, a lot of that happens before the interview itself. So this tool can help with that. I want to go ahead and share my screen if that's possible here and share one of my favorite quotes. Just one moment here. All right. Here we go. By one of my favorite authors, Malcolm Gladwell, success has to do with deliberate practice. Practice must be focused, determined, and in an environment where there's feedback. So this tool provides you with that environment. So let's stop screen share here. All right. So of course you can get, and you should get, practice with your family members, your friends, coaches like me. But what if you had an easier way to get feedback on your speaking, both from your family and friends and a coach, and on your own? So that's possible with Udly. Udly is an AI-powered speech coach that helps you improve your communication skills. It records your mock interview and gives you a timestamped transcript and instant feedback on things like filler words, pacing, eye contact, and pauses. So I think of it as Grammarly, but for speaking. The tool is already robust, and I will show it to you soon. And it's available for anyone to use, but I am one of the Udly ambassadors, and as a coach advisor, I am providing input on its further development, and I have all sorts of fun ideas for it. I've been using it with my clients for just a month, and every one of them loves it, just like I do. And 2 of them have already got job offers since working with me using this tool. So it's another tool in your arsenal to get prepared for job interviews. It is completely free now, and you can sign up, you can experiment with it. I have a referral link I will share after this webinar, or you can just sign up on your own as well. So let's take a look at this tool. I'm going to share my screen again. All right, so let's get to Udly. All right, so this is the welcome screen. As you can see, there are some tutorials, featured speeches, and courses. I recommend the courses. They're great, they're free. For example, warm-up exercises to shake off your nerves. So I watch funny cat videos to shake off my nerves before anything important, but there are these exercises too. And you can also check out speeches and learn from other people, learn from celebrities, learn from people you like. Udly analyzes their speech, and you can see it's quite interesting. So let's take a look at the library where the videos with my clients are stored. All right, so let's take a look at one of them here. So my client and I met together and over Zoom, and Udly recorded our session and then provided these analytics. So the first thing you get is a full transcript. And one of the things I love about the transcript is that I work with a lot of non-native English speakers, and if they mispronounce something or pronounce it with the emphasis on a different part of the word, for example, the transcript won't be as clean, and they'll be able to notice, that's interesting. Why did the program think I said this word instead of that word? And then they can click this little timestamp and re-listen to themselves. So it's a way to kind of self-correct some pronunciation issues. And then you can go over to Coach Comments. And here is where I leave comments, as well as the AI coach is leaving comments. So here's a really cool example of how powerful this system is. So my client had talked about their career goals, and they used a lot of filler words and talked about it in a roundabout way. And the AI speech coach suggested saying it in a more concise way. So this may look familiar to you. It looks similar to what you might see in Grammarly. So definitely love this feature. I'm doing this all the time for my clients as well. So I'm leaving written feedback here, but in our coaching sessions, I'm doing this sort of thing. I am helping to teach my clients how to say something in a more concise and powerful way, and how to use their voice for a greater impact. All right. So yeah, as you can see, you can just click and then go right to the spot where I have left some feedback. Now let's look over at the insights. There are 3 categories: word choice, listening, and delivery. I'm learning a lot about my speaking and my areas for improvement, which is super helpful. And as you can see, Udly categorizes it into like what went well and what could have gone better. So in this interview prep, there was some repetition, but within a normal range. So for less than 4% of repetitions are natural, and we were at 2%. But you can go click and see where that happened. So for example, there you go. All right. So you can also see filler words. We were just hit the mark here. Quite a few ums and okays, but still within that 4% range. We didn't use any non-inclusive words. This has been incredibly eye-opening to me. I have been flagged for using some non-inclusive words. So this has been educational, learning what words could be perceived as non-inclusive. Top words. So you want to look at those words. Are those the top words that you want them to be? And words that could have gone better. So it looks like we used quite a few weak words. I use so often, and that's something I'm working on, but you get a lot of analytics and you can choose what you want to focus on. You don't want to focus on everything and feel overwhelmed, but it's quite interesting. You can click the listening tab. The questions is quite helpful. It allows us to quickly go to the interview question we practiced. And talk time. This is more helpful in like a meetings practice, not as much for interview practice. So with my clients, we will either have kind of a true mock interview where we go through a whole set of questions and then I'm sharing feedback at the end. Sometimes we will start and stop Udly, where I will ask a question, they'll answer it, stop Udly. It only takes like 20 seconds and then you can get all of these analytics. And then we'll review it together and we'll have the transcript and we will work on refining that answer. So the content is better and the delivery is better. All right. And then here's the delivery. We had good eye contact. We were both centered. Our pacing was good. I love this pacing feature. pacing was a little bit slow in places. And as long as it's, my client or me, when it's not the mock interview practice, that's fine. But if they are answering a question and they're not well prepared for that question, and instead of taking a few moments to think and then answering, if they're just jumping right in and then they're getting stuck and talking really slowly, then that's a problem. So it's good to check, these points that were really slow and see what the issue was there. And for some clients, when they get nervous, they speak too fast. And so you'll see the arc of the line up above the more standard range. And then smiling. So for interviews, it's really important to come across as happy and positive and friendly. So I'm glad that, the system is tracking smiles. So for me, Udly is an amazing complement to what I do, and it allows me to focus on bigger picture things, the content of the answers, the person's presence, the delivery, the tone, the intonation, the volume, pausing, those sorts of things. And Udly can track many other things. And we can learn so much whenever we kind of slow down and really analyze a pretty small sample of our speech and learn what our patterns are and really work to improve just, a small sample of our interview questions and make some big improvements in our communication. And that's one of the things I love about interview prep is that people not only improve their communication skills for that important moment, but they improve their communication skills for on the job. All right. So let me see if there's anything else on, oh yes, other features on Udly that could be interesting for you. There are some games, which is so fun. I especially think this one would be relevant, the no filler. How long can you go without saying filler words? So there are games here. Another one, maintain your train of thought with plot twists along the way. Quickly build analogies without letting the pressure affect you. So this is such a more accessible way of working on your communication skills. So as I mentioned, I use Zoom with my clients. People can also work on their interview prep on their own. They can click record, then interview, then click the questions they want to practice, and then start practicing. And they'll get that recording, and then they can view their analytics. Another option is, once you record, you can share that link with your friends and family or a coach, and then they can review it and leave comments. So right now you can type comments, but one of my requests for the tool is to allow voice comments too. I love sharing, an example of how a person could say an answer in a more impactful way. So written comments are great, but I'm looking forward to that feature. Let's see what else. Games, Zoom, library. Okay. And I've been talking to you about how you can use it for interview prep, but you can also use it for preparing for a speech or presentation. All right, with that said, I would like to move on. I want to be mindful of your time. I'm going to have to go over a few minutes since we got started so late, but I won't take up much more of your time. So I want to tell you about how I work with clients. I work with people one-on-one through job interview prep. I also have a podcast, so education is important to me. So to perform well in an interview, you need to learn a new skill set. You need to be educated about how to perform well in interviews, and then have a lot of opportunities to practice preparing for those interviews. So on my podcast, you'll see I have 5 different areas I talk about. So interviews, if you go on my website, you can just click this link and see all my episodes related to interview prep. So some of my popular ones, how to demonstrate strong emotional intelligence, how to negotiate a job offer, this is really about how to feel and come across as confident, and then many sample interview questions and sample answers. And so that's my podcast. It's for free. You can access it on my website or anywhere you download podcasts. And I also have a course, an interview prep course, 90 minutes. It's $60, but right now I'm running a special. So it's 25% off with the discount code discount25. And you can watch a couple of free previews. So you can see all these different topics here. And then finally, let's go back to my services, which is where I talk about how I'm using Udly with my clients, which has been such a fun development. All right. So included in my free consultation now, I'm encouraging people to record themselves answering an interview question and sharing it with me. So recording themselves on Udly, sharing it with me, and I'll give some comments. So whenever I'm deciding if I want to work with someone, I love when I can get a sample of the type of value they can offer to me. So I'm excited to be able to do that. So I work with people one-on-one. I also work with a lot of people where we have some challenges with scheduling with different time zones. So these are two really great options in that case. They're also more, easier on the budget. So written feedback on your answers, you can send me up to 10 answers and I will review them. I really prefer, when I work with a client to do this before we work one-on-one so that we can make sure the content of the answers is really solid before we work on the delivery of the answers. We can do that on one-on-one coaching, but I feel like we can make more progress if we've already taken a close look at the answers. And then I have a monthly interview subscription program. And this is, where Udly comes in. Down here, I have where did that go? I must have clicked something. Please bear with me. Okay. So with the subscription program, this is also great if we're not in the same time zone. People can share, with the basic plan, up to 1 10-minute video with me through Udly, and I'll review it for them. With the standard plan, up to 3 videos a month that I'll review, plus a one-on-one coaching session. And then the premium is up to 5 videos a month that I'll review, and then 3 one-on-one coaching sessions. So I'm excited to offer this. Preparing for interviews takes time. For a lot of people, they are surprised by how much time it does take to improve communication skills. But as I said, it is an investment in your communication success in the workplace too. So, and it can be fun and interesting. All right, and then anything else here? That is it. So I hope this has been helpful for you. Let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. As you can see, I get down to business. I don't have a lot of fluff whenever I'm explaining something. So I figured we wouldn't even take up the full 30 minutes, but I hope you find this tool is as helpful as I have. And I would love to, see you in my future webinars. Oh, that's what I was going to say. So now that I've worked out the technical difficulties, next week should go much smoother. But I'm going to be hosting another webinar, and it's on how ChatGPT can help you in every step of the job search process. So resumes, cover letters, interviews. So many cool tools that can help people, get jobs that they want, get them faster, save money. So I want to share some of those insights with you. So that will be on March 15th. All right. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. All right. Go ahead and